Today, we are going to talk about agent-owned realty. I'm Liz Loadholt, and we're going to find out who and what is agent-owned realty. Let's take a brief overview. The agents own 100% of the dividend stock. Management is provided. Very non-conventional company. We're really one of a kind. Cost-based, full support, non-corporate, family-oriented. We will delve into each of these and look at them closely. The company has 3 divisions, basically: the real estate division, the services group, and sister companies. So what are we talking about when we say this? My husband, Boyd, and I co-founded the company back in 1992. That's my good-looking hubby right there. So let's take a look at brief history of the Loadholts, really. In 1976, I got my real estate license. Wow, that seems like forever ago. I was licensed as a sales associate with Howell & Associates in Mount Pleasant. I quickly became the #1 sales associate east of the Cooper. It took me about 6 months. I just loved the business from the very beginning. 1978, my husband and I opened up the Liz Loadholt Company. I was the broker sales associate and Boyd was the business manager. In 1982, the Liz Loadholt Company became the Coldwell Banker Loadholt Realty franchise. We were the second Coldwell Banker franchise in South Carolina and the 32nd in the United States. Coldwell Banker had been sold to Sears, and Sears had decided they wanted to be in the small geographical areas. So they decided to franchise Coldwell Banker. That's how this happened. In less than 2 years, the company opened 5 additional offices. We grew like crazy. We just did everything Coldwell Banker told us to do, and it worked. We actually grew our company to the #1 position in market share in the Charleston area very quickly. In 1986, corporate Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate, purchased the franchise company from us. At that time, we were #1 in the Tri-County market. Ralph Wetherell and Claude Loadholt also joined the company in 1986. At the time that this happened, Boyd was a professor at the Medical University of South Carolina. He's actually a PhD statistician, and he was a professor at the Medical University. At the time that Coldwell Banker purchased our company, they asked Boyd to be the chief operating officer for Coldwell Banker Charleston. So he resigned from the Medical University. He was real hesitant, but he had tenure over there. But he resigned and joined the corporate world of Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate as the chief operating officer for Coldwell Banker Charleston. In 1989, we got a call from Coldwell Banker Residential Real Estate asking Boyd and me to join the director for lunch. We got excited because at this time both of our children were away at school, and we thought maybe they were going to offer us a position to move to California. Who knows? That would have been so much fun, and we thought we were ready for that at that time in our lives. But that is not what he wanted. He wanted us to buy the company back and refranchise it, because now Sears had decided they wanted to get out of the small geographical areas. We told the gentleman, that we would have to think about that. So Boyd and I began to think about it. 2 weeks after that luncheon appointment, Hugo hit. So everything was crazy for a while, and they left us alone. So we spent a year and a half doing a lot of research and trying to figure out what did we feel like the future of real estate was. We did not think it was a conventional real estate company. Boyd had the idea, why can't you have a real estate company that operates like these really big law firms? They have the partners, who are the owners, and then associates who are working up to become partners. So we had this idea that maybe a real estate company where the agents all were owners of the company would be something unique and something of the new age, not a conventional company. We started doing research all over the country trying to find someone else who had a company like this. For a year and a half, we did extensive research and never could find any real estate company where the agents owned 100% of the company. We found companies out there where the sales agents would own 49%, but there was always this Mr. or Mrs. that owned 51% of the company. We did not call that agent-owned. So we were looking for something more ideal than that, in our opinion anyway. We never could find it. So that is when we made the decision to just do it ourselves. So in 1992, we opened up the Agent-Owned Realty Company, where the agents own 100% of the dividend stock of the company, of the offices in which the license hangs. So in 1992, we opened with 3 offices. Preferred Group in Mount Pleasant, I was the COO of that office. The Premier Group in Goose Creek, Ralph Wetherill was the COO of that office and broker in charge. And the Charleston Group West Ashley. Claude is now the COO, but when we opened in 1992, Boyd was actually the COO of that office and the broker in charge. We wanted a real estate environment where the agents were the kings and queens of the world and not a specific one-owner person. We had realized that when we had a conventional real estate company, when the public would come in or walk in the office, they seemed to always want to speak to the owner. Is the owner here? So we just made all of our agents owners. That took care of that issue. When we started, we had 3 brokers, 3 offices, and 1 agent, our son. He was actually still in college. So we had a lot of growing to do. And here we are later, and now we have 13 office locations and approximately 500 agents. And when I say now, it's 2020. We opened the Agent-Owned Realty Company in 1982, as I said. This was after Coldwell Banker had sold the company to a competitor. And once they sold the company, Boyd and I resigned and opened up Agent-Owned Realty at that time. This is a diagram that shows how we are structured. We have the services group at the top, which is located in Johnny Dodds in Mount Pleasant. The services group has under it, the services group is kind of like the parent. And then our children under there, the preferred group, which is Johnny Dodds, Isle of Palms, and the Manning Sumter offices. Then we have the Charleston group, which is our West Ashley location. We have the Premier group, which is Somerville, Trolley, Somerville Main Street, Goose Creek, and Moncks Corner offices. Then we have the Foothills group up in Anderson, South Carolina. These are all operating companies under the services group. The services group provides management for the operating companies, assumes all of the liability for the operating companies, is responsible for the growth of sister companies and development of the company. These are all services that are provided to the operating companies by the services group. You notice the referral group off to the right. The referral group is not considered an operating company. It is a separate entity to hold licenses just for those people who do not want to be active in the real estate business but want to keep their license active with the state. The other all operating companies provide real estate services, mortgage services, homeowners insurance services, home warranties, property management, business brokerage. All of the operating companies provide all of these services. We are really considered the one-stop shop for the consumer. The referral group, again, does not provide these services. The referral group simply holds licenses that people are not going to work the real estate business. Now let's take a look at our management team. We have Boyd Loadholt, the president of the company. Then we have myself, Mama Liz Loadholt. I manage the preferred group, which includes the Johnny Dodds office, the Isle of Palms office, and the Manning Sumter office. Then we have Claude Loadholt, our son, who runs the West Ashley location of the Charleston group. Then we have Ralph Wetherill, who runs the Premier group, which consists of the offices in Somerville, Trolley Road, Main Street, and then Moncks Corner as well. Then we have John Crossan, who manages the Foothills group up in Anderson, with Andrew Rogers, that does the day-to-day management of the Isle of Palms office. Then we have Art and Lisa Valero. Lisa Loadholt Valero, our daughter, was a business development person in the company and ran the website. Unfortunately, she's deceased. Her husband, Art Valero, now has taken that position. Now let's look at the services group staff. Remember, the services group is the one that provides all of these things for the operating offices, provides the management, assumes all the liability, etc., etc. We have Joe Akers, who is our marketing director. Mandy Timmons is our controller. Kelly Fox does our accounting. Linda Vincent is our Skyslope auditor. Lake Freeze is our title insurance lady. Jenny Welch is in accounting. Rhonda Wright is property management accounting. Joy Williams is in property management accounting. And Stokes Gramlin, our IT service guy. We have a top-notch staff who does a fantastic job for all of the operating companies and the services group. Now let's look at who we are. We're South Carolina-focused and Charleston-based real estate services organization, totally owned by its sales associates and operated by a professional management company, which is your services group. We're a leading residential real estate sales, listings, and property management company. We're the second largest real estate brokerage in Charleston, South Carolina, and we're the second largest independent real estate brokerage in South Carolina. As we mentioned earlier, we are the true one-stop shop. We have real estate, mortgage, title insurance, homeowners insurance, home warranties, property management, and business brokerage, all under one roof, making it so simple for our buyers. Remember we talked about the services group? The services group, which I refer to sometimes as our parent company, assumes all the liability for the operating offices, assumes all the liability for our real estate agents who own the dividend stock of the office, but they have no liability. They have all the benefits of ownership, but none of the liability of ownership. It provides the management for the operating offices and is responsible for the growth of the company. The real estate services. In 1992, the real estate services program was established as a cost program for the sales associates paying a monthly fee. Today, it's still a cost program with a monthly fee as an option. It's very important to know it is a cost program because a lot of conventional companies will pad things. For example, if a sign costs $25, they might charge you $35. We don't do that at Agent Owned. We are a cost company, which means if a sign costs $15, you pay $15. The sales associates own 100% of the dividend stock in the office, Agent Owned Real Estate office that holds his or her license. Each agent receives one share of stock when they join the company, which means every agent is a shareholder, an agent owner. No one receives more than one share, so everyone is an equal at Agent Owned Realty. The share of stock is a gift from the company. You are not charged for it. For all the things that the service group does for the agent owners, it charges a service fee. It's similar to a franchise fee, but we are not a franchise. Our service fee is 10% of the commissions until one reaches $90,000 gross commission income. The big difference between Agent-Owned Realty's service fee and a franchise fee is that a franchise fee never goes away. Agent-Owned Realty service fee goes away when an agent has reached $90,000 gross income during a calendar year. Gross commission income is, for example, you sell a $500,000 house with a 3% commission. That's $15,000 that's coming to the company. That is a gross commission income. So what are the service fees for? With your service fees, the services company provides all management for all services that are offered by the operating companies: Preferred Group, Premier Group, Charleston Group, Foothills Group. The service company is responsible for the knowledge of and compliance with all local, state, and federal rules, laws, and regulations for all services offered by the operating companies. The services group assumes this responsibility, so you agent owners don't have to worry about that. The services group provides all resources for the research, the development, and implementation of both the new and existing services that are offered by the operating companies to the public, and support services of the operating companies. Again, taking this responsibility off of the agent owners. The services group has all the financial and contractual responsibilities for the operating companies. And as I mentioned before, the agents have all the benefits of ownership, but none of the liabilities, because the services group assumes all of the liabilities. In the real estate division, we have shareholders or agent owners. Every licensed agent in the office is an owner, is a shareholder. As we said before, agent owners own 100% of the dividend stock of the company that holds his or her license. We have an open door policy regarding everything that's going on in the company. It is your company. You need to know where the money's coming from and where it's going. There's an open door policy. You can review the company's P&L anytime that you want. It is your company. Agent owners have the ability to practice real estate without the worry of any company liability. Again, all the benefits of ownership, but none of the liability. Our commission plans, keep it simple. There are 3 different plans. 70-30 and 80-20 are the 2 variable commission plan splits, and then we have a fixed fee program. Let's look at the 70-30 plan. Exactly what does that entail? The agents receive 63% of the gross commission until they reach $30,000 gross commission income, and then it automatically moves up to bottom line 72% until they reach $50,000 in gross commission income, and then it goes to 90% until they reach $90,000 gross commission income, and then it goes to 100% for the remainder of the calendar year. So every agent we have does have the opportunity to go to 100% commission each and every year. You may be thinking, wait a minute, you said it was a 70-30 plan. Now you're talking about the agent getting 63%. Remember we said there's 10% that comes off the top of the commissions to the service group until you reach the $90,000. So what this is saying is that you will get 70% of the 90%, which is 63%. And then when you hit $30,000 gross commission income, you're going to be going up to getting 80% of the 90%, basically bottom line 72%. So what you need to remember as a brand new agent on the 70-30 plan, you will be getting the 63% until you hit $30,000 gross commission income. Then you will go up automatically to the 72% until you reach $50,000 gross commission income. Then you get 90% until you hit $90,000 gross commission income. Then you get 100% the rest of the calendar year. Go ahead and say now, you notice it says a 70-30 plan plus $50 association fee. Every commission plan we have has a $50 association fee attached to it. Every agent with Agent-Owned Realty has to pay $50 a month association fee, but that's all, and that covers a lot, which I'll get into in just a few minutes. And now we have our 80-20 commission plan, plus the $50 association fee. On the 80-20 plan, again, remember that 10% comes off the top and goes to the services group. So there's 80% of 90%. So the agent receives 72% of the gross commissions until they hit $50,000 gross commission income, and then 90% until $90,000 gross commission income, then 100% the remainder of the calendar year. This is for agents who've had a minimum of $30,000 gross commission income during the past 12 months. Now let's look at the fixed fee program. It's a $450 a month is our fixed fee, plus the $50 association fee. This, as I said, every plan we have has a $50 association fee attached to it. On the fixed fee, the agents will receive 90% of their commissions until they hit $90,000 gross commission income, and then they will receive 100% the remainder of the calendar year. Pretty simple. Let me say here that check with your broker in charge regarding the commission plans and how to change from one to another, because we have everything in writing, how one can change to the fixed fee plan, or change from the fixed fee plan to a variable plan. As I said, we do have everything in writing, how one can change from one plan to another. If one is interested in being a team leader and having a team of agents under them, we have special commission plans for teams. Team leaders are on a commission plan. Then team leader determines the commission plan for the team members. You will need to see your broker in charge for details on how to work with this if you are a team leader. Our estate plan is something we're really excited about and something that was just put into place in November of 2019. So our estate plan, what I'm going to tell you here is you will need to speak with your broker about that because there are particular rules that go with it. But in general, What you need to know is if you recruit someone to Agent-Owned Realty, every time they have a closing, you will get paid some money off the top of their commission. It comes off the top of their commission, so you are sure that you are paid something every time they have a closing. Pretty exciting program. The main basic rule is that you must be the one responsible for bringing the person to the company, and you must arrange the recruiting meeting, and if possible, sit in on the meeting. That meeting may be via Zoom, and if so, then you can attend the Zoom meeting. So now let's look at what my expenses will be. What is going to cost me out of my pocket every month? Of course, you're going to have the $50 association fee. And then your expenses, any personal advertising or promotions that you will choose to do. Some people like to see their name in print and they want to be in the newspaper or the Homes and Land magazine, etc. If you do that, that's fine. It's just your expense. Any postage for overnight mail like Federal Express or mail out postcards, for example, in your farm area. Business cards, if you're not happy with our in-house cards, which most people are, but if you want to do something different, you have to have it approved by the marketing director, and you pay the expense of having those printed. Name badges after your first one. The company gives you your first one, and then after that, if you want more, you purchase them. Roughly $21, $22 a badge. You can see there's no real expense so far here. Your yard signs and riders. Our yard signs are $15, and that includes Agent-Owned logo at the top and blank at the bottom, and our marketing department will print a label and phone number, your name and cell phone number to go on each sign. MLS lock boxes. We have no control over those. It's whatever the MLS decides to charge for their lock boxes, but that's your expense. If you should desire a desk in the office, and if one is available, that's $125 a month. Our electronic signature of choice is DigiSign because it is connected with SkySlope. So DigiSign is $10 a month or $84 for the year. If you want to pay monthly, it's $10 a month, but it's a much better deal for the yearly, which is $84 a year. And our bookkeeper does prorate quarterly. These personal expenses can be paid on your behalf by the company when they're approved by the broker and billed to your Agent-Owned Realty personal ledger account. So if you do print advertising, the company can pay the bill and it will be put on your ledger, and you're expected to reimburse the company for that. Look at everything that the company provides to you at no extra charge. We do the 75 just listed and just sold postcards, and now you have a choice of having those printed or online through Facebook ads. We do either or. If some people want both, we will do both. If you want both the printed and the Facebook ads, you pay $20 for this. But if you want just the print, you pay nothing. If you want just the Facebook ads, you pay nothing. It's provided by the company. Errors and omissions insurance, we certainly have it, but we do not charge the agents for it. Standard business cards, no charge. Many, many marketing pieces for you through the marketing department, no charge. In the marketing, you have flyers for your listings. You have a pre-listing package. You have open house package, for sale by owner packets, envelopes, stationery. We just have so much in the marketing department at no charge for our agents. We even take the postcards to the post office for you. So no effort at all. Sphere of influence postcards. You only pay a half of the postage up to $300 on those. The office pays the other half, up to the $300. Email addresses, no charge. We have a full-time IT person on staff who can help you with your hard drive, spam, scams, all those things. He's wonderful at that. Also provided for you at no extra charge. It comes with your commission plan that you're on. Copies. We do not ever charge you for copies, black and white or color. You get your first name badge, no charge. All the training, we do so much training. All of it is no charge to you. Your continuing education required hours, no charge to you. We have a Smarter Agent app, which I'll talk about later, no charge to you. Website consulting, internet leads. Just be on the leads list and you get the leads at no charge, no referral fee. So how do you get to your agent ledger to see what you owe on it? Go to AgentOwned.com website. The very bottom, go way down to the bottom of the first page where it says Ledger Access /Web Agent. Arrow is pointing it to here at the very bottom of that page. Then you can visit your ledger, see your current balance and any commission history. How to get into the ledger? Choose your company. Is it Preferred Group, which would be Johnny Dodds, Isle of Palms, Manning, Sumter? Is it Premier Group? Charleston Group? What is it? Then log in the first initial of your first name and your last name. And then the last 4 digits of your Social Security number is your password. If you want to change your password, you need to contact accounting to do that. Web Agent is updated once daily in the evenings, so it will not reflect the current day activity. That's important to remember. SkySlope. SkySlope is our paperless file management system. It's available 24/7 for easy document submission. Training is available on the AgentOwned.com training page. 24/7 immediate support with SkySlope. Full integration with DigiSign, which is our electronic signature. Custom email and document management for each property. Email Liz S. at AgentOwned.com for login information if you are not already in SkySlope. And our electronic signature, DigiSign, is fully integrated with SkySlope and Zip Forms. It's $84 for a year if you pay in advance for a year, or you can pay monthly, $10 a month on your ledger. Remember I said that AgentOwned Realty is a cost-based company? We have 7 sister companies to help cover the overhead of your operating company. Actually, just the commission splits alone cannot pay the bills. We have Prosperity Home Mortgage, Allstate Wally Burbidge and Associates, Alliance Insurance Services, Title Insurance, Global Home USA Home Warranty, Business Brokerage, and Property Management. It's service and convenience. They are great sister companies, great companies, or we would not have them be affiliated with them. They're absolutely fantastic, and you'll hear more about each of those later. Actually, having these sister companies makes us the true one-stop shop. Our sister companies, Allstate, we have Wally Burbidge. Alliance Insurance, we have Terry Murphy. Sunbelt Business Brokerage, Mike Wilson. Prosperity Home Mortgage, Todd Huss. Global Home USA, Dan Johnson. And our title, Lake Freeze. These are the people that handle these sister companies. Let's look at the company website, AgentOwned.com. Those in charge of our website, Lisa Valero, who is our daughter and unfortunately deceased, Art Valero, and Liz Shadegg, better known as Liz S., around the company. Those two really work the website and keep it going and keep it updated. It generates leads for our agent owners. Next, let's talk about the Smarter Agent Custom app. This is a fantastic mobile app, and the company pays for it, for each agent to have it. You put it on your phone, and you write in a subdivision, and you see a house for sale. You pick up your phone, open the app, and it'll tell you everything about that house. Now, as far as the agent is concerned, it's no big deal because you can do that with MLS. The most important part of this is how many times you get somebody else to download the app from your phone. How many prospects, potential clients, customers, can you get to download it? So when they go in a subdivision and they see a for sale sign, they can open up the app and they can find out everything about that house. The neat thing about this is if that potential customer or client likes that house that they're looking at and they say that in the app that they like it, their information does not go to the listing agent. It actually goes to you because they downloaded your app from your phone. It's a fantastic prospecting tool. Awesome. And I'm so glad we can offer it for our agent owners. Moving on to our training and education. I am Mama Liz Loadholt, and I am the training director for the company. I am a certified instructor for the LLR Real Estate Commission in South Carolina. I'm also a certified distance education instructor, and I am endorsed by NAR, the C2EX, Committed to Excellence program. I'm a CRB, which means Certified Residential Broker, and I have an AHWD, At Home with Diversity designation. And I absolutely love to teach. I love teaching and training. We offer all the continuing education that is required by LLR, as well as the Charleston Association of Realtors. The agent must attend the AO Real Estate School in order to get this education at no charge, or they can go to take online continuing education courses. They are discounted. Those are not absolutely no charge. We do have a discount on those, however. And of course, right now, I have converted some of my classroom courses to online, and those that I have converted like that are no charge to the agents. Also, the Code of Ethics that NAR requires every 3 years. And we have mentor coach training. We can assign a mentor for you, and they will be available to you for everything that you need in addition to your broker. See your broker in charge for details on who your mentor may be. Every agent who's under $30,000 gross commission income is entitled to have a mentor. On the AgentOwned.com website, we have a training page that has lots of videos on there that you can get and look at anytime you want. There's training on all types of different subjects there. It's technical training, social networking, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn training, computer classes, Gmail, Google Contacts, Google Calendar, etc. Internet marketing, website leads, a lot of social media training videos on our training page. This new agent training section on the training page of the AgentOwned.com website. This concludes the basic orientation for Agent-Owned Realty. There are separate sessions with each of our sister companies. Property Management has a separate session as well. Please pay attention and listen to all of these sessions so that you get a full, true understanding of the whole Agent-Owned Realty philosophy and company. I'd like to end this session with my favorite definition of success. And I first learned this from a speech at a convention that Wayne Dyer was the main speaker. He's awesome. Anybody know Wayne Dyer? He's terrific. He's deceased, unfortunately, now. But this definition of Thoreau, I think, is awesome. If one advances confidently in the direction of his dreams and endeavors to live the life which he has imagined, he will meet with a success unexpected in common hours. My favorite part of the definition deals with a success. What is a success? Define your own success. Find your own purpose. Do what you love. Success will come.